Good morning, students. Today we are going to study again the essay of love by Francis Bacon. Dear students, in the previous class, yesterday we have discussed about the unique idea about love. Today, again, we are going to discuss the further section of the same essay by Francis Bacon entitled as Of Love. At the very outset of the essay of love, we have seen that Francis Bacon simply say that love is more beholding to the stage than the real life of man. Means love only suits, one can enjoy it only in the stage and in the theater, not in the real life of man. Because when you live in the society and in the real life, you try to love, then what will happen? It makes your comedy, it mischievous you and totally destroy you. Bacon also gives the example of two eminent, well known personalities. One is Mark Antony, the half emperor of Rome, and the another is Appius Claudius, who was the wiser man as a lawgiver among the top 10 people of the country. But Mark Antony's love towards Cleopatra and Appius Claudius' love towards Virginia destroys them totally, not only destroys their wiseness, wealth, but their families also separates finally permanently from them. So love only is ideal, enjoyable on the stage or in the theater or screen, not in the real life man. That he says. Further, Francis Bacon gives the example of the well-known people, well-known philosophers' idea. He also expresses and puts for us for more information and detailed understanding. According to him, he gives the example of Epicurus. An ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus says that human beings should be content with studying each other. Means man must be remain happy in understanding, studying, and living happily with each other. Don't think other anything than this. And he finally says, proper study of mankind is man. Man has to study mankind and live with him happily without thinking of any love or anything else. Because man has to born, man has to study, man has to learn, man has to live in society, man has to get married, man has to bear children, and so on. What the society wants, that responsibilities man has to perform, but man has no right, and not in any book of the ancient epics nowhere mentioned that man has to love having married also. Means the married man, the children having man, if he involved in the activity of love, he destroys himself, he destroys his business, and he destroys his family life also. So he says, Epicurus, the ancient Greek philosopher, simply say that human beings should be content with studying each other, or proper study of mankind is man. According to Bacon, man was created for the contemplation of heaven and other noble things. Means man, according to Francis Bacon, is man was created, man was created for the contemplation of heaven and do some noble things. Means man has, or man's life is to do, or man is born to do some noble things, unique things, and man was created for the contemplation of heaven. Means whatever the idea, whatever the supreme thought the God has created, that man has to simply follow. And while living in the society, man is born to perform some noble duties, not the duties like to fall in love with someone and lose everything what he has. Means he further says that it is a foolish thing to kneel before a woman and worship her as a goddess. And he further said, it is a foolish thing to kneel before a woman and worship her as a goddess. And worship her as a goddess. It means that man has to respect women, man has to follow women's ideas, thoughts, and so on. But it is not a man's duty to kneel before a woman only for the sake of love. This is not the duty of the man to kneel before a woman only for the sake of passion, only for the sake of love, and only for the sake of their, we can simply say, their, to fulfill their desires. So, man, if he involve in some activities like kneeling before woman, जर माणूस स्त्री पुढे झुकू लागला, त्यांची स्तुती करू लागला आणि तो कुठल्याच नाही तर फक्त त्यांच्या सौंदर्याचा फक्त ठरू लागला, तर तो नष्ट होईल. आणि त्याच वेळेस तो सांगतो की स्त्रीची एखाद्या देवीसोबत तुलना करणे, त्यांची स्तुती करणे, त्यांची आराधना करणे, अकॉर्डिंग टू बेकर, it is totally wrong. It is totally, we can simply say, anti-human nature. So he gives the example of Epicurus. Again he says that what is the duty of the man, and finally say, man has not to kneel, म्हणजे वाकणे, झुकणे before the woman. That is, according to him, is totally wrong. Being a social reformer, human being, and a well-known writer, philosopher, Francis Bacon puts forth the unique philosophy that man has to follow what and man has to follow what not. Further, Francis Bacon says that it is not a duty of man to kneel before woman and worship her as a goddess. He further says, by worshipping woman, man becomes a slave, not of the mouth, but of the eyes. He further says, by worshipping woman, man becomes slaves, not of the mouth, but of the eyes. Further he says, lovers are the slaves of their eyes because they are attracted by the sight of woman which pleases them. A brother says, lovers are the slaves of their eyes. Lovers are the slaves their eyes, through which they attracted by the sight of women, through which they attracted the sight of women, which pleases him or them, which pleases him. It means that man is only attracted by the beauty of the woman, instead talking himself and also appreciate their beauty, he is attracted. So he says, by worshipping woman, man becomes slaves not of the mouth but of the eyes, and by the becoming the slave, man attracted by the sight of woman and try to please him. Means such beauty try to please him, and such things made man to kneel before woman. Further, Francis Bacon says that man is born to contemplation of heaven and he has to perform some noble duties. Again, he says God has given eyes for higher purposes. God has given eyes for higher. God has given eyes for higher purposes and not for the contemplation of females, and not for the contemplation of females. If you follow the females males women, then you will be destroyed. That Francis Bacon simply says, because according to Francis Bacon, man is become contemplation of heaven and to do noble things. The same way the eyes of the man are given for higher purposes and not for the contemplation of heaven. Sometimes what happens, he beside this, he also expresses the mankind nature that when one is in love and one is kneeling before a woman, he speaks, we can say, perpetually, means continually speaks about the beauty of the woman, about the appreciation of the woman. So it means that he became mad in love. And he says, speaking in a perpetual hyperbole is comely. Speaking, hyperbole means the figure of speech he uses. Speaking in perpetual, hyperbole is comely in nothing but in love. Is comely is nothing but in love. Because it is man's nature that if he is in love and who is attracted by the eyes toward the sight of the woman, it means that he is in love. And it has been well said that the arch flatterer with whom all the petty flatterers have intelligence is a man self-certain, the lover is more. Because when one is in love, he continuously makes a hyperbole, means only appreciates in a larger manner than the reality. For example, we can simply say, I can pluck the stars from the sky. I can pluck the stars from the sky. I will die for you. Oh, you have killed me. Such type of exaggeration, hyperbolic expressions man does when he is in love. Means I will प्लग द स्टार्स फ्रॉम द स्काय, मी आकाशातून तुझ्यासाठी तारे तोडून आणेल, मी तुझ्यासाठी काही करेल. असे जे एक्झाम्पल्स आहेत, हू बिकम मॅड इन लव, दॅट such type people only do. And here such things for Francis Bacon are totally wrong, he says. And he further says, man's flattery of himself, means this is the flattery म्हणजे खोटेपणा, a man's flattery of himself म्हणजे स्वतःचाच खोटेपणा. Flattery of himself is the greatest flattery in the world. Is the greatest flattery. Man's फ्लॅटरी ऑफ हिमसेल्फ, स्वतःच खोटं बोलणं हे जगातील सगळ्यात मोठा खोटारडेपणा आहे. इज द ग्रेटेस्ट फ्लॅटरी इन दी वर्ल्ड. Another, there is one other form of flattery, and that is lover's flattery of his beloved, means in the world. And another is, and another flattery is lovers for her beloved. Means these are the example of extreme flatteries according to Francis Bacon. He not only deceives himself but also deceives the beloved whom he loves. So the man's flattery of himself according to Francis Bacon is the greatest flattery in the world. And also that is the lover's flattery of his beloved is also of the same type, that the greatest flattery in the world. So Francis Bacon further says that it is impossible to love and be wise at the same time, because Francis Bacon says those who are in love, they are not wise, means they have lost their wisdom, talent, nature of work, and so on. So he said, therefore it was well said that it is impossible to love and be wise at a time. It is impossible to love and be वाईज. एकाच वेळेस या दोन गोष्टी शक्य नाही. एक तर तुम्ही प्रेम करू शकता, नाहीतर तुम्ही शहाणे राहू शकता. जो कोणी प्रेमात पडला तो शहाणा नसतोच, सर्वस्व गमावलेला असतो, तो फुलिश असतो, तो स्त्री पुढे झुकलेला असतो. म्हणून फ्रान्सिस बेकन म्हणतो की इट इज इम्पॉसिबल टू लव्ह अँड बी वाईज ॲट अ सेम टाइम, अँड इट इज ट्रू रूल दॅट लव्ह इज एव्हर रिवॉर्डेड आयदर विथ रेसिप्रोक or with an inward or secret contempt. Means if the love is reciprocal, means both love towards each other is reciprocal of mutual type, that is always rewarded. But the love which is of the attraction of the eyes, that love is not the love but that is the desire. The kneeling before a woman is not a noble duty of the man. Both understanding towards each other is of the same standard. Instead, attracting towards the eyes, if they attracted by their thoughts, idea, wisdom, that is reciprocal. But the love which is attracted by the eyes, kneeling before a woman, by the sight of the woman, one is attracted, one is nailed, that is one day totally destroyable to the man. So he says, by how much the more men ought to beware of this passion which loseth not only other things but itself. Means The men who are in love, the men who are in love, who are in love, which loseth not only other things, with loseth, loses means lose, not only other things, but itself means so thus. So Francis Bacon here awares means beware from this passion. He says how much more men ought to beware of this passion with loose. Means the men who are not aware, totally away from this passion, the men who are in love which loseth not only other things but itself. And it is not a man's duty to love, to kneel before a woman, to attract by the sight of women, but man's duty is to do noble things, which is created and born from the contemplation of heaven. So, it is a duty of man to be away from the woman, from the love, if you want to keep himself safe, better, and want to noble human being. And so, Francis Bacon simply say finally, it is impossible to love and be wise at a time. So, by giving the example of Epicurus, ancient philosophies, Francis Bacon simply advises the human beings, the learners like you, when you live in the society, when you become a responsible man and you have wife, children, family responsibilities, household duties, and so on, at that time, be careful from the women and be attracted towards the noble things, not attract to the woman. Otherwise, you will destroy yourself, not any other human beings. In short, Francis Bacon alerts you from such type of passion. Thank you very much.